Right now, even as we gather tonight, our teams are engaged in intensive diplomacy to secure a ceasefire in Gaza, to protect all civilians, especially innocent women and children, and ensure the release of all hostages. This conflict is the key to wider stability in the region, from the West Bank to Yemen to Lebanon, and time is short. The people across the region are watching, not for words, but for outcomes. They are waiting to see if this moment brings that peace. They looked at your incredible comeback, at your ability to bring together people of all faiths, and your arrival back at the White House with hope. Your message that the aid will be delivered, and perhaps that a political solution providing safety, justice, and security to all involved in the conflict can be reached. Mr. President, your involvement could catalyze a breakthrough where others have stalled, but only if done in concert with serious partners. Qatar brings the channels, the access, and the credibility. The United States brings power, leverage, and global weight. If we act together, we have a real shot at ending the bloodshed and restoring regional confidence. Mr. President, tonight we don't just mark a visit. We reaffirm a working alliance between two sovereign nations and a shared commitment between two leaders who believe peace comes from strength. Let this visit not just reinforce our alliance, but demonstrate that when leaders act, peace moves closer. President Trump, with God Almighty's protection, help us to keep promises, stand up to the truth, stay loyal to friends, and be
in the heart of the Middle East, beneath the grand chandeliers of Doha's royal palace. A dinner was held that could alter the fate of nations. A state visit unlike any before. An unexpected alliance. And a moment of truth for peace in Gaza, Iran, and beyond, with billions on the table. And blood on the ground. Can diplomacy outshine destruction? Can Trump deliver peace where others only delivered promises? At that very state dinner, the Emir of Qatar turned to President Donald Trump, not just as a guest, but as a last resort. Use American power, he said, to end the bloodshed, to protect women and children, to free the hostages in Gaza. Behind the scenes, secret envoys moved swiftly. Aid is blocked. People are starving. But a deal may be close. Qatar brings credibility. America brings power. Together, they might bring peace. Deals worth $1.2 trillion were inked. Boeing, defense, energy. Money flowed, but so did hope. Hope that this wasn't just about business, but about saving lives. And yet, shadows still linger. Trump asked Qatar to mediate with Iran, to help break the silence of stalled diplomacy. Could this be the first step toward a new nuclear agreement, or another chapter in the endless cycle of mistrust? Meanwhile, in Yemen, the guns quieted. In Syria, sanctions were being reconsidered. The region held its breath. But on the edge of Europe, another crisis simmered. Ukraine, Trump's bold push to bring Putin to Istanbul failed. Putin stayed silent. Zelensky called his bluff. And Trump, he moved on. Back to the Middle East, where history waits for no one. This is no ordinary visit. This is a message. That peace is not just spoken in speeches. It is earned in moments of courage and tested in rooms filled with tension. The world is watching. Will this alliance bring real change? Or will the promises of Doha fade like all the others? This is not the end. This is just the beginning.